World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Well, Bob, when we played Friday down in Brunswick, we didn't know we were going to be playing a doubleheader, did we?
Long game, that's for sure.
No one can score a run. They're 1-1, and it's amazing how it ended up like it did. It's 14 innings with that little bit of scoring, you know.
At least we won. That's
At least we won. If you're going to go that long, you want to win the game.
That's right.
But today is another border war game. Appleton County today, right? In Wayne County baseball?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock where?
In Baxley.
In Baxley. Okay, so I encourage folks to go support the Jackets. If not, the games will be right here on 105.5 FM. We'll stream it down our website at bigdogcountry.com. Just click on live stream, and we'll have it down our YouTube channel. Just go to bigdogcountry.com and click on our YouTube channel. So 3 ways you can listen to the Wayne County, Appleton County varsity baseball game today. Well, Bob, we have someone on the phone. Who do we have today?
It's Mondays with Meeks. It's been a while since we talked with Steven. Steven, appreciate you being here on the show. How's everything in Atlanta?
Good morning, Butch and Bob. Thank y'all for having me again this morning. Everything's going pretty well. It's been it's kind of like going from beginning of a session where you have a couple of snow days to your hair on fire. I think it's about the best way that everybody feels about it around here. It's been really busy and it's been daily. But a lot of committee meetings, a lot of work getting done, and today is Legislative Day 26 with crossover day coming up on Thursday. But it's been a really busy session. I don't know if that's just the committee assignments that I have and what we're involved in, but I think that's just been the general consensus for everybody that I've talked to.
Well, you're very familiar with the Okefenokee Swamp. A lot of discussion about trying to protect that from people that want to mine there. What's the latest on that? What's going on in the legislature with the Okefenokee Swamp?
We have 2 pieces of legislation out there. One that will ban dragline mining, which is the type of mining that the individual or the company that has applied for the permits has is a type of mining that they do. And then that piece of legislation, as well as the other one that bans mining, let me back up. The first one puts a moratorium on mining. The other one bans the mining of the dragline. And both of those are in committee. I've not spoken with the chair lady to see what her intentions are on moving those. Obviously, the Okefenokee is a very important asset to Southeast Georgia and to the ecosystem. And we need to make sure that we're doing due diligence whenever we're looking at pieces of legislation such as that.
Major story in the session, the governor's big push for tort reform. I know some concessions were made in the Senate. It's going to the House. How do you see that playing out?
The speaker has referred it to a subcommittee. I know that they will be meeting, I understand, this week. The Senate did pass the tort reform last week with an amendment, I believe, which is commonly referred to as phantom damages and that was approved, and then the Senate ended up ultimately passing the tort reform bill. I do expect that we will get something out of the House, what that will look like, and get to a conference committee to get it both squared away between the House and the Senate. But I do expect us to provide some tort reform relief this year, as the governor has also indicated, like you said, that it's at the top of his priority list.
I got to ask you, where do you stand on that tort reform? Because talking to Buddy DeLoach and Blake Tiller, they don't think it's going to lower the insurance rates at all. So what's the big push for it that's not going to do that?
Well, the way that I view it, and talking to some others up here and reading the legislation, it may not lower it, Bob, but what it may do is keep them from continuing to escalate like it has. We've had insurance companies that have said, unless something is done, we're going to pull out of the market. When companies pull out of the market, that's going to leave it's going to constrict the market. As you know, you're going to have fewer players in it, and it's going to be more expensive. But we got to figure this out. This may be a baby step to see, how it does affect the market. I'm not sure it's going to lower it per se right away, but I do think it may avoid continuing escalation in the market as we see more companies pull out. We've had conversations in recent weeks and heard briefings from Insurance Commissioner John King where that's indeed been the case, is that we're looking that in situations that if something doesn't happen, we're going to begin to lose competition in the market, which certainly is going to drive that up. So we got to do what we can to make sure that we take steps, and this may be a baby step in that direction.
And if you just joining us on the phone with us, is State Representative Stephen Meeks. It's Mondays with Meeks. Are you hearing from local pharmacists? Are you going to be able to help them? Talking to Buddy, it seems like they're getting the short end of the stick on a lot of medication costs and things like that. So where do you stand on that?
Oh, yes, sir. We've heard from lots of our local pharmacists and certainly appreciate that conversation. And it's simply a situation of fairness, in my opinion, when it comes to our local pharmacies. I told my local pharmacist the other day, I said, the thing about coming here and going to a national chain is that when I call here, you actually answer the telephone, and you don't know how much I appreciate that. But whenever you have that relationship with your local pharmacist too, and we've had, much like your doctor, and we've had situations in the past where we've had pharmacies that have been the mainstay in local communities and small towns for 50 and 60 years just close up shop because they can't compete. In particular, when it comes to that, the state health benefit program, and there's no reason why those pharmacies are not reimbursed and receive the same payment that the big box pharmacies do, right? So there's absolutely zero reason for us not to fix this. It's a fairness issue, in my opinion, and there's no reason why we should treat the local pharmacists any different than the others. And we did take steps this year to hopefully help correct that. And it might be a multi-year thing that we have to continue to look at to make sure that we are protecting those local pharmacies across rural Georgia. Because, as you know, not every community has a Walgreens, and some of those that have built Walgreens, they didn't stay open long, closed the doors, and moved on somewhere else. So I think it's very important that we do take the steps that we in order to protect the local pharmacies.
And as you mentioned, it's a busy session. What else is on the table? What are some of the controversial issues up there in Atlanta?
Well, we've still got a school zone camera bill out there, and it changes daily, seemingly. I know Mayor Jason Weaver's talked to me a good bit about that, and we still continue to monitor that one and see how it's going to get changed in committee and what's happening with that. One thing we have done that affects all communities across our state is update our 911 system, and some funding and operation for that is outdated, it's antiquated, and many of our local communities need that update. So we did pass legislation earlier this year to update the 911 system. Last week, we took the step to protect girls' sports and only permitting banning those who were born biological males from participating in girls' sports. An issue we continue to hear about from across the country and across Georgia and our folks locally. So we've taken those steps last week to protect girls' sports, and many of you have heard conversations on House Bill the 92, in particular this one, postpones the implementation of the exemption for the homestead, which was the constitutional amendment that was voted on last year, and was really to give the communities an opportunity to understand the impact of that. We've got one local community that has undergoing a reevaluation of their property values for the first time in an extended period of time. And because of that, you may have some that may be under a 25 base year and some that will be under an older base year. So we did give the local communities a little more time to figure that out, and we extended that only by 1 month, which will be the end of the month, March 31st. So we've got that done. We've got a school safety bill still yet to come. Haven't heard much on gaming and/or gambling this session. We've had some few conversations, but I don't know where that's going to go yet. It's still up in the air. But still a couple more issues to go, and look forward to working through those.
I saw where the legalized gambling thing got shot down already. So you're saying it's still on that's what I saw anyway.
I think that's pretty much where it is. I mean, crossover day is coming Thursday. It's one that it creeps up every year and stays, alive for a while. And of course, as we know, nothing's dead to day 40, sign you die. But you never know where it's going to end up. But I'm not sure we'll see it. But then again, that might change.
Again, I got your text saying you're a busy man. You got a committee meeting to get to. So
we got a committee meeting that Chairman Dickey called to deal with an issue with regulating private water systems that are pulling out of surface water, and it's been a little contentious over in the Ag Committee.
Before I let you go, again, anybody wants to get a hold of you, what's the best way to get a hold of Stephen Meeks up there in the session?
Email is stephen.meeks@ga.house.gov. Cell phone remains the same at 912-207-0813, and certainly appreciate the opportunity to serve our district and our community and our home.
You getting bombarded? I think Blake said he had over 500 emails he was trying to respond to. That's kind of hard. That's a lot of emails.
A lot of them are not from the district, but yes, the emails come in nonstop these days. But certainly appreciate the opportunity to respond to the constituents at home and to serve. And don't hesitate to reach out to me at any point.
Well, Stephen, always good talking to you again. Appreciate you being here. I know you're a busy man, but we'll look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Y'all have a great day and a great week.
All right. Take care, Stephen.
All right.
All right. State Representative Stephen Meeks here on the world famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. And we appreciate him taking out time of his busy morning here to relate to us some of the things that's going on in the Gold Dome up there. The legislative session's going strong, and as usual, when deadlines get closer and closer, the amount of work picks up. Nothing hardly gets done unless there's a deadline.
Did you ever get 500 emails to respond to?
I don't know if I received that many a year.
I'd be hitting delete.
Well, I do on business because you get all this, business stuff, but not personal, because his is not personal. It's business. It's with the legislative session. So, I don't get that many in a day, but I do get a lot when it comes to business.
That's just a lot of emails.
That is a lot of emails. A lot of emails to try to get to and try to take care of.
Busy session, a lot going on. So we do appreciate them calling in. Should hear from Blake tomorrow and Buddy DeLoach on Wednesday.
I mean, you would think that, legislative session every year, how much new stuff can come up each year? It's like, get up there, but we ain't got nothing to do but pass the budget. You think that would happen one year because you think everything would be taken care of, but it's not. New issues come up every single year that they have to address and to put it in committee. They start off in a subcommittee, then it gets to the full committee, and then if the full committee passes it, then it gets to the floor to be voted on or sent over to the other chamber on crossover day, and then that compromise takes place. So there's a lot that goes into a bill that is going to be put in front of the full House and Senate.
And every community wants their piece of the pie. They're all requesting money, so
it's always about the money,
right? So
always about the money.
You got to get in there and hope your representatives can pass it and get those projects. I know Wayne County's got several projects that they're talking to our representatives, hoping to get some funding. So it's all about being able to get it passed up there in Atlanta. So you got to keep your fingers crossed. But they do work for and they do a good job of trying to do their best to help us out as much as they possibly can, and we've been successful in the past at seeking funding, so hopefully that trend will continue. But it's good to have that relationship with the representatives. That's why the chamber is so important, to have that aches and issues before they head up there, post-legislative lunch when they come back. They have easy access to anybody who wants to talk to our representatives. That gives them a great opportunity to do just that. So
right,
it's been a good relationship. Like I said, we appreciate them taking our time, to call in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Not a lot of people get that access.
No, don't get that access. And tomorrow, like you said, we should have Blake Tillery on tomorrow, the state senator for this area. And then on Wednesday, Buddy DeLoach, and they are our second state representative. We have two for Wayne County, one for Lower Wayne County and one for Upper Wayne County. Right. And so look forward to talking to those guys over the next couple of days. The Appleton County Sheriff's Department has their their law enforcement day coming up in about a couple of weeks, and we'll have a couple of folks from the Appleton County Sheriff's Department also on either tomorrow or Wednesday. I can't remember which day, after Blake or after Buddy, and they'll talk about that big event coming up, that big law enforcement appreciation day they have going on over there. And other guests will be coming up that we'll have lined up here on the world famous Butch and Bob show. And so Wayne County baseball versus Appleton County today. Wayne County won the first game against them here Howard Bow, and now it's over there on their home field.
Here we beat them 11 in 5 innings, so we'll see how it goes over there today in Baxley. But again, Friday at home against Calvary, and then the fun begins next week, and the games count for real against Perry. Trip a week from Tuesday up there, and that game will be at 5 o'clock since it's a long road trip, so try to get back at a decent hour. But then they come here a week from Friday for the doubleheader at 4 and 7.
It's like it has been. We play 3 games against each region team. We play Tuesday, and then we play 2 on Friday. Okay, beginning next week. And so that'll be good. That'll be good. I just thought that game would never get over on Friday night.
You're not the only one.
At least I wasn't sitting out there in that cold over in Brunswick. 14 innings, a double header, basically for one game. And you're just thinking, well, somebody score.
Somebody else says that's not the longest game. I can't remember. My memory's not that good. I just know it's the longest game I called in 30-degree weather. I know that.
But you were in the press box, right?
No, I was not.
Oh, you weren't? Oh, no, Bob, you didn't get up in the press box? You were down there that freezing?
They had their local radio station doing it in their press box, so they had a full press box. So I was out in the stands, so it was pretty chilly. But and then when that wind, like I said, the wind blew in. I mean, a lot of those balls hit Friday night would have been out on a regular night, but the
wind was pushing them, keeping them in the park.
I mean, Jeb Craven hit one, would have been gone. Eli Grantham hit one, would have been gone. But that wind, anytime the ball got up in the air, it just died in that wind. So it was just an easy out. So
can't beat Mother Nature.
But like I said, good news is we got that win 2-1. Tate Altman knew how to bunt. He got the bunt down in the 14th, so good job by him. Luke Carter got on, and Hattie Peel, they brought the infield in, and Hattie Peel hit a ball. I think it landed on the first blade of the outfield grass. But like they said at the golf course, just to make sure they tell it was a line drive single.
Line drive single. It's a line drive single.
Sounds like he ripped it, right? Yeah,
he ripped it into the outfield.
On the radio, it's an RBI single. He just, but that drawn in infield cost him. It cost us the other night against Pierce County. Sometimes that strategy backfires. You bring the infield in for the play to play, and they hit that little bloop single over your head. So, but luckily we got the win. But great pitching by Eli Grantham, Cade Lynn, and Tate Altman. The pitching's been the story all year 2025. We got excellent pitching, and the pitch shutout inning, like I said, Brunswick got runners on base just about every inning, but Wayne County would not let them score. So hats off to the pitching staff. They did a great job.
Okay.
But most of the people, like I said, started off with a big crowd, but as the game went on and the night went on, more and more people were like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, it's getting cold.
Getting cold and windy. I think I'll just head to the house. So.
Well, they didn't charge them any extra for the extra baseball, did they? Still just like, you got to see 2 for 1.
That's right. It was free. It was free baseball after the 7. So.
That's right. 14 innings for the same price of 1 game. But way to go, Wayne County Yellow Jackets. Just hold it in there, hold on. A couple times there, you really thought that Brunswick could score a run and win, but they didn't because they had the bottom of the inning and those extra innings each inning, and you just they're going to they got people on base and just 1 out or no outs, and then we just held on and then won. So way to go, Jackets!
Just hard to believe a third of the season's already gone. I mean, it seems like we just started, but 10 games in, 8-2 to start the first 10 games, so off to a pretty good start. But again, the games that count and mean something begin a week from Tuesday when we go to Perry.
Right. Region begins next Tuesday.
Like I said, there's 6 teams in the region. There's 4 pretty good teams. Ware, Wayne, Perry, and BC all have pretty good baseball teams. New Hampstead and Warner Robins not very good at all, so don't think they'll be a factor. But those 4 teams I just mentioned will battle it out for 1, 2, 4 into that state bracket.
And it was good to see that the Wayne County boys soccer team defeated BC 3-2.
Yeah, they said it was a very exciting game. They said that goalie Gavin Hilton made a lot of nice saves in that game. So didn't get the girls' score for on some reason. They played St. Vincent's, but no one called that score in. So don't know how they did Friday against St. Vincent's. So hopefully we'll get that and have that for you tomorrow. And all those coaches have to do is send that stuff in my email, and they all got that email. So
they all got your email to send you those scores and
a great job.
Highlights, and because we like to highlight and update. And
right, want to get those names on there. Tennis team won, the girls won forever period, but the boys lost 0-4. So, and unfortunately, our rec teams, all-star district teams, all got defeated up there in Douglas. So they've been eliminated. So the basketball recreation season has come to an end.
Okay.
It'll soon be baseball, softball, all that'll crank up very soon.
That's right.
And a reminder, the high school football banquet this Sunday. Again, it's a free admission. Gets underway at 3 o'clock. Run a couple hours, and after that, they have that parents meeting. That the coaches want to meet with the parents of all players to have their parent meeting, getting ready for the upcoming spring football, and football season will be here before you know it. But the banquet's this Sunday at 3 o'clock at the high school commons area. Free admission. Invite everybody to come on out and enjoy the banquet.
Okay.
Hopefully a good crowd.
You hope so. You hope so. Yep. And the Oscars were held last night. I haven't watched an Oscars in forever because, they don't start to 8 o'clock. I'm in bed at 7:30. So, I don't see it.
They started at 7 o'clock last night.
Oh, they started at 7?
Yeah,
well, I didn't know. So, guess I could have watched 30 minutes of it.
Still didn't get over on time. They said it was supposed to go to 10:30. I think it went to 11:15, something like that.
So people get up there, they just want to thank everybody in the world.
I was flipping back and forth. Like I say, Timothée Chalamet didn't win. I was hoping he won for his portrayal of Bob Dylan, the movie Complete Unknown. That was a good movie. And my girl Demi Moore at 47 didn't win.
No.
The 25-year-old girl. Some movie called
Anora.
Anora. That was the big winner last night.
She won Best Actress. They won Best Picture.
Best Picture, Best
Editing,
Director,
all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, they won big last night.
It's supposed to be some independent film. I haven't seen it. So.
Yeah. And it's kind of like a Pretty Woman, Cinderella type of situation there with that movie. Under the description here with IBDM, which is a organization that previews and movies and tells you about them, but under it's got raunchy comedy, steamy romance, comedy, drama, and romance. But it seems like the Oscars, they like these artsy type of movies. Ones that don't make the most money, but they like them. And so this kind of artsy movie here, this romantic comedy, took a lot of awards last night. Best Actress, Best Picture, and everything. I had never even heard about it, so I really hadn't kept up with it.
Well, I thought Conan O'Brien did a good job as host. I thought the funniest line, they're still figuring out what the movie Dune 2 is all about.
Still trying to figure it out.
What's that movie about?
I don't know.
Did you ever see
Still
that
trying
movie?
to. I haven't seen a movie in forever.
I kind of agree.
Did you go see it?
I did. I was like,
which movie now?
Dune 2.
Dune, D-U-N?
Yeah. Dune 1 was pretty good, but Dune 2 was like, that was out there. So I was like, what's that movie about? So,
all right. Let's see what Dune 2 is about. Let's see what. See if I can find it. See if the right is from. There it is from.
That's another movie I fell asleep.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right, Dune 2. Paul unites with the Freeman while on a warpath of revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. Facing a choice between the love of his life and the fate of the universe, he endeavors to prevent a terrible future. So whatever that is, Bob, that's what it's about.
Save your money. That's all I got to say. Save your money.
Just save your money. You don't need it.
Strange movie.
Something strange, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the NFL Combine is going on. If you have any takeaways from that, have you kept up with it?
I haven't seen any much of that yet. Like I said, normally I watch some of it. I just haven't watched much of it yet. But I said a lot of the quarterbacks aren't participating, so but the draft will be here before you know it. So I'm still waiting to see. The free agency is what I'm concerned about. Like I said, free agency is about to hit, so all these quarterbacks are out there. Where's Aaron Rodgers going to go? They say Matthew Stafford's on the move. Or the 49ers going to sign Brock Purdy. It's $60 million now for a starting quarterback. And all these teams are like, that's what happened in Los Angeles. Stafford won $60 million. Mm-hmm. He's up there in age. The Rams are saying, we're not.
I thought he was staying.
We're not going. The word is he's on it.
Oh, he may go.
The word is the Rams don't want to pay $60 million.
Well, I don't blame them.
They told him 54, 55. That's the highest they're going to go. So they pretty much told him if he can get $60 million for someone else, they're going to let him go. So I hope he goes to black and gold. That's what I want.
You want him there in Pittsburgh?
I would love to see Matthew Stafford. Please, Matthew Stafford, I'm begging you, get out of Los Angeles. Come to Pittsburgh. And they better pay him $60 million. They better get off the pocketbook. They need a franchise quarterback. They hadn't had one since
Ben Roethlisberger. They don't ever come off the pocketbook in Pittsburgh. They're like the Pirates. That's one cheap town up there, Bob.
Don't even talk about the Pirates. Don't
They don't pay nobody nothing there in Pittsburgh.
Don't even start about the Pirates. They didn't make any moves. They got Paul Skeen still. They still got the best pitcher in the league. So, but once his rookie contract's over, they probably lose him.
All right, I just read this. Friday, the Los Angeles Rams revealed that quarterback Matthew Stafford would return for the upcoming season after he'd been permitted to assess his market value with other teams.
Are they going to pay him the $60 million?
I don't know if they're going to pay him $60 million or not, but they just said that he's coming back. Yeah, I thought I heard that Friday.
Yeah, they haven't said that for sure, though.
Okay.
It's all about the money. They got to pay. They got to pay him.
About the money.
They got to pay him.
Well, they said he's coming back, but until the ink is dried on the contract, you don't know for sure, right?
Yeah, I'll take Aaron Rodgers. I'll take anybody.
You'll take anybody but what they have.
Anybody what they got. Just get rid of those two that they got. They got to go. And I said, I'm hoping Najee resigns. Najee Harris, a running back. He's had 1,000 yards every 4 years, so they're talking about he's going to hit the free agent market. But they say Mike Tomlin wants to keep him, so I'm hoping he resigns with the Steelers. And as soon as they trade George Pickens, I'll be happy to. They got to get rid of him. He's got to go.
Okay.
They don't need to keep him.
All right.
He should have already been traded. But the draft's coming up, so maybe they're waiting for the draft. But anyway, Steelers, they need help. They need a quarterback.
Yeah, they need help, Bob.
They need a quarterback. I wanted Stafford.
But he stayed in the Rams.
I don't believe it.
I'm reading another article about it. The reigning NFC West champions spent Friday securing their quarterback for 2025 while extending the contract of his left tackle, Jackson, for 3 years.
Oh, well.
So you better go for – you have to go for Aaron Rodgers now. Yeah. But their biggest rival, San Francisco, lost their tight end, George Kittle. So that helps the Rams out because the 49ers won't have George Kittle anymore.
I'll take Sam Darnold. He looks pretty good. He won 14 games with the Vikings last year. I'll take anybody what I got.
What about Atlanta's quarterback?
Cousins?
Cousins, yeah.
They said he was hurt all year.
That's what they said. He was hurt.
I'll take Cousins.
Okay.
He can at least throw the ball down the field.
All right.
He used to use the middle field. He's better than what I got. I'll take anything what I got.
Anything.
Clean house at the quarterback room. Just get rid of all three of those guys. They got to go.
The Roonies don't like coming off their money, Bob. So we'll see what happens.
They need to win. They need a franchise. I mean, that defense they're getting up there in age.
Mm-hmm.
The Cam Haywards and the Mika Fitzpatricks, they're not going to be around forever. T.J. Watt, they got to re-sign him. That's the first priority. They got to sign him to extension. So he's the best player they got. He's really the only draw they got right now. So they got to pay him. So
okay.
But we need a quarterback. I was hoping Stafford was coming. They had me all excited. Now you should ruin my Monday.
I just ruined your day. I just read what was there, Bob. I don't make it up. Just like you say to everybody, I don't make it up. I just report it.
I'm just in deep depression. I was praying Matthew Stafford was going to be in black and gold. Georgia quarterback. I was ready to buy his jersey.
You're ready to buy it right off the bat, huh?
No doubt.
Hopefully, maybe some will change, Bob. Just keep your hopes up there. But it looks like they have secured him and his left tackle.
I hate to hear it. Maybe I can get Stetson Bennett. Can I get Stetson Bennett?
I hadn't heard what. I guess Stetson's still practicing, huh?
He's still with the Rams, but
okay.
Like I said, he's not playing, so I'll take Stetson.
You'll take somebody, huh?
Stetson's a winner. I'll take him.
Yeah, he's a winner. There's no doubt about that. Got 2 national championship rings.
That's right.
How many football players can say they've got 2 national championship rings back to back as starting quarterback? Not many.
In 5 years, there'll be a statue up in Athens. The mailman delivered.
The mailman delivered. Have a little mailbox out there.
He'll be throwing a mailbox instead of a football. That's what it is. That'll be a great statue.
There you go.
It's going to be up there.
It'll be there, huh?
I promise you.
Yeah, you can cheer that committee, Bob.
I'm telling you.
But you got to join the alumni club first, and that's.
They're not getting any of my money. They got plenty of money. They can build the statue.
All right, Bob. You have a good day.
Okay.
And good game today between Wayne County and Appleton County. Baseball, varsity baseball in Baxley. Our coverage will begin at 5:50 with the pregame and first pitch at 6 o'clock right here on 105.5 FM. We'll also stream it live down our website at bigdogcountry.com. Just click on live stream, and we'll stream it down our YouTube channel. Just go to bigdogcountry.com, go to the bottom of the page where it says YouTube, and it'll be there also. World famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO, brought to you by First Southern Bank. by the Service Department of G&S Auto Sales, also by Murphy Builder Supply, and by Heron Aldridge Insurance.